going on, guys? It's your boy Toph. I'm out here in my backyard. My dog's taking a dump. I'm gonna go get my truck washed today, and figured I'd take you along with me and show you some business stuff and some business concepts that might help you out. So I'll meet you over there in the truck. What's going on, guys? In the truck, headed to the car wash place. Figured I'd spend some time with you on some things that I've learned along my way. And I had a couple people reach out to me and ask me how I became so successful. To be honest, I don't feel successful. I'm always feel inadequate, even though I make a pretty good amount of money, and everything, life is good. I have nice vehicles and everything is going well. I don't feel successful. So I always drive myself to that next limit. And whatever that next limit is that next step, right? And so what I've seen a lot of people talk about is, if you can't see the end game, just take that first step, right? So if I'm hiking and it's foggy out, then I'm just gonna take that first step. I'm gonna see that first step on that next stone, and that'll get me there. And then once I see that next step after that first one, I'll take my second step. It's not the end of the world if you can't figure it out all in one day. It's taken me almost 8 years, and to be honest, I still feel like I haven't figured it out. So just keep that in mind and push yourself. But a little bit about me is, I've been in the systems administration game for over 10 years. When I was 14 years old, I started a cloud services and web hosting company. Ended up running that for 8 or 9 years. Sold that company, and then ended up working for another company here in Washington State. Stayed there for 4 years as their server administrator on their data center infrastructure, and then ended up getting bored of that job, left that job, and then moved to San Diego, California. I stayed there for about 4 or 5 years, moved back to Washington in August of 2019, right before COVID, and took a work from home position, which worked out perfectly because 3-4 months later, COVID hit and I was working from home. I still work full time, but I also run my Amazon 3D printing and manufacturing company on the side, which actually turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought it would ever be. I started with just one printer and one color, and now I offer 11 colors and 12 printers. I'm added 5 more printers. I'm outgrowing my house, so hopefully in the next 6-7 months I'll be in a warehouse here. I already met with a guy down here, and he's gonna rent me this warehouse. I'm just not ready for it yet. So once I get there, I already have all the contracts set and we'll be good to go. But that's kind of how I started, and what really what really helped me stand out from everybody else was just the work ethics, right? Is showing up on time, staying late if you have to, and being the best that you can in the industry, as well as I've always had a passion for tech, so it's always been a cool experience in tech for me, and I just love tech. It's one of the cool industries that I love being in and have a passion for it. So I really started in tech. 3D printing I started touching back in 2016, but I really didn't start selling on like Etsy until 2020. One thing that really I struggled with, and why I kind of wanted to branch out and start my own business and be financially secure, was when COVID hit, people were losing their jobs like crazy, and I didn't want a layoff of my full-time job to impact me, right? I didn't want it to change my lifestyle. I still wanted my brand new truck. I owned my house, so I had to make that payment and some of those things, and it just worried me that one virus could impact a whole industry and an economy, and I wasn't having it. So I started my 3D printing business and went from there, but realistically, it's just working hard, trying to do the best that you can, and living below your means. I know in today's economy, it's a lot different, right? Like rents are $2,500 to $2,900 or more a month. And I know that's tough, and it's really hard to make it when you're only making 18 or 20 or even $16 an hour or less. But do the best you can, right? Like, don't be too hard on yourself. And that's what I always struggled with, was I've always wanted to do something more, and then I do take on all this extra work, and it just never worked out. I would become burned out, overwhelmed, I'd be pissed off, and it was just terrible. And so what I've learned is take on the most important work. The repetitive work, either outsource it, find someone else to do it, or don't do it. Like when I first started my business, I didn't start as an LLC, and so I started as a sole. And so I was able to start my business with basically zero operating costs. And then later, once I had the $500 to invest in that LLC, I bought it and then went through a registered agent, and boom, now I have an LLC. I didn't get business insurance until I was making over $10,000 a month. You should probably get general liability business insurance, but because I was operating in my house with no customers, it just felt like a terrible expense, especially right away. And so I never got the general liability business insurance, and I'm sure any insurance agent is going to comment below and say, you absolutely need it, and if a fire happens or whatever, you're going to be messed up. But I didn't have a problem. And so I can't recommend to you something that I didn't do. And everything that I recommend or say or anything, it's something that I would do myself. Same thing, if I ever show you a product to sell or take a look at Amazon Seller to find award-winning products, it's a product that I would sell myself. And that's what a lot of people on YouTube don't really say, is they have all these product ideas, but they never give away their award winners or great products or things like that, because they don't want to lose the money in the competition space. And for me, like, free market capitalism is all about competition. So I don't believe in gatekeeping information, because I want to hold it true to my business and make additional money. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be another product. There's always going to be something out there that you can get money for. And so if you are looking for products and you can't make money on your first product, try it out, fail. Failure is not a weakness. I think failure is what makes your businesses great, because you know what not to do in the future. So just fail. Like, I've had 4 or 5 award-winning products that's making me over $10,000 a month, but realistically, I probably had 50 that failed and I made no money, and I pulled them from Amazon because I'd rather take the loss than pay for the storage fees on a product that doesn't sell. And so it's a difficult market, and there's a lot of competition, but that's where you have to start. The other thing that I'd say is there's a lot of companies that offer virtual mailboxes, and so know the laws in your states on specific products that you're selling, because if you don't know the laws in your states, one, you could just get a virtual address and then don't sell in that state and you should be okay. But two, if you don't know the laws in your states, you're going to fail at a lot of areas that you can avoid. And what I always say is failure is good, but if I can avoid failure, I will. And I always fail. Like, I can tell you every month there's always an issue where something breaks, or a printer's not working, or a customer wants a refund on something that is just a crazy amount of money, but they don't want to send the product back, or my refunds. Like, give you a good example on refunds is I offered this product on Amazon, designed and created by me, and a couple months into it, I sent to Amazon, I think probably a couple thousand units, and I messed up on the design. My dimensions were just slightly off, that it wouldn't fit in the product correctly. And so I was just getting terrible reviews. Like, I think I was 2 out of 5 star reviews. and I just pulled all my products out, lost probably $1,500 to $2,000 just on that single product. But I redid everything, made sure this time, put the product back on Amazon, one of my best sellers. Now I sell between 1 and 2K a month in one color. I offer 11 colors, so my units are all over the place. So I did lose $2,000 up front, but it was worth it to me in the long run. So you're going to lose some money, especially when you start. It's not something that you can get into for, you know, cheap. Like, I can't spend $100 and then expect to have the best quality. It also comes at a price of your experiences, right? So typically on my products, I run a 12 millimeter layer height. Depending on my product, my infill between 20 and 80%. So it really depends on what you're running and what product, and you know what your research and development will bring you on quality. Me, I specialize in quality, so I'm gonna hold true to that. But in the business world, it's not necessarily about luck, and a lot of people say that. And one of the phrases I always say is, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And it's really true. Like, I haven't had money just come to me unless I'm at the casino or gambling it, right? Like, I've never made a crazy amount of money by sitting on the couch and waiting for it to come to me. When I make the most money is when I'm the most uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is, I go into situations that I'm just uncomfortable with. I don't know the people, I don't know the crowd, I don't understand the concepts of that business, but I place myself around people and business owners that allow me to grow. And what that has done for me is, one, create business relationships that I can expand my business to when I'm ready, or just have those connections when I have problems. They might have solutions that could fix it. So obviously I'm in the tech space, so when my machines break, I know how to fix them. I have all the parts, and so it's not that big of a deal for me. But that's kind of how I've learned, is the most uncomfortable I've ever been, the better I've been. Those guys pulling out. I was gonna let him out. No. But when I'm always uncomfortable, I'm always winning. And there is no luck in business, honestly. I'm sure there is a little bit of luck when you meet people, you can land full-time jobs, but when you become a business owner and making that business successful, there is no luck. The only luck is you failing enough times to succeed once. And that's, a lot of people don't understand that. You know, all the haters will say, oh, it's so easy, I can make $1,000 a month passive income, and, you know, buy my subscription or buy my vlog or whatever. And it's just not, think my phone mount just fell down, so we're just gonna leave that there for now. And buy my vlog or pay for my subscription or do this or do that, and that's just not how life works. Like, if everybody could make $1,000, the median income wouldn't be $46,000 a year. Like, if everyone's making $1,000 a day, the median income should be $30,000 a month. But it just doesn't happen like that, and that's what people don't understand. So we pulled into the car wash place. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get this all set up, fix my mount, and then I'll be back with you.
I see you looking at me. It's like you're reading my mind, and I just can't get enough. You see me looking at you. You know I think that you're fine.
Alright, hopefully my mount doesn't fall this time, but if it does, I'll just talk to you guys when I get home. But jeez, these guys are all cutting me off and everything. Do what you can, you know. Life is all about making mistakes and learning from them and being the best that you can and doing the best that your business, right? And the way to get good and the best at business is fail. There's no easy way to put it. And I hate to break it to you, but the only way to get to that other side of success is to fail a couple times. So hopefully this has helped. If you have any questions or anything, post them in the comments. Let me know if this is helpful or what you want to hear or anything. But as we go through these ventures in the real estate market and investing in additional stuff, happy to show you along the way. Right now I'm just kind of getting my feet wet in the stock market, and it's been a wild ride. I'd rather invest in myself because my margins are 50%. I can't make those in the stock market. Like, I'm lucky to get 10% back in returns. So that's kind of what it looks like. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know and we'll go from there. Hopefully in the next 6 months I'll have my warehouse and we'll get that done and get that washed. So sweet. We'll chat with you later. I'll show you guys the truck once I get home, on how clean it looks now after it's a dirty day of being in Dallas, Texas, and glad to be back home. But hopefully this helps. Good luck.
I see